Hola mi gente, I'm Reyna Lopez. I am the president and executive director of PECUN. We're the Pineros y Campesinos Unidos del Noroeste based in Woodburn, Oregon. A little bit about me. I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, I am a boss, I'm a dancer, I am an activist, I am an advocate. I'm many, many things, but one of the most important identities I bring to this work is that I'm a proud daughter of immigrant farm workers who came to Oregon in 1986 following the migration of farm work here, and eventually we settled in Salem, Oregon, where I grew up, that saw me come up and has been the place where I call my home for many, many years. The way that I got involved with PECUN, well, I like to say that it's in my DNA. My parents, when they first moved up here, my dad was a pinero, and he knew that there was this organization that was organizing farm workers, but also helping them with their papers at the time. One of those families was my family. So ever since then, I say that PECUN's in my blood. I became the executive director of PECUN in 2018 after leaving the movement for a little while, and really it was for me a homecoming. And I have been in the role for the last 6 years with no sight in slowing down right now, and continuing to fight for our comunidad and fight for equity, dignity, respect, and that si se puede spirit that many of the organizers before us came to this movement with. One of the most significant barriers I've had to overcome, I think some of it is systematic and some of it was my own barriers within myself. I think that in terms of the systems, absolutely had to overcome racism, sexism, classism. I think that in my own self had to overcome barriers. I mean, I think we've all, as immigrant families, we've gone through traumatic experiences. We've had to be self-healers in some ways. And once I realized that there was actually trauma there and I could become a person that could get on a path to healing, I think that that's when things really changed for me. And I was able to show up in a way that brought the best elements of me, not just the things that I was just naturally good at. Also, just remember that you are enough, and sometimes we have to dig deep within ourselves, our stories, and be able to say, hey, I belong here. I mean, there were so many moments that I was like feeling that imposter syndrome, but just know that you do belong there. Our voices belong here, and frankly, this state is better because we are there making sure that the stories of other gente is being told in those spaces too.